My name's Lesley. I decided to come into treatment because I had been battling with addiction for about 35 years, and I had been sectioned several times, was really suicidal, and everything had to change. I'd get 2 or 3 weeks of sobriety and then I would go back out the door and drink and use drugs again. And that had went on since 2005. I'd enough of living that way and wanted to live a different way. I think at that point I still never put the two things together, that it was the drug and alcohol abuse that was fueling the mental health problems. Yeah, it took a long time. I think there was a lot of denial. I loved drinking and taking drugs, you know what I mean? I liked it. I thought I was having a good time. I didn't realise that I was slowly killing myself, really. Before I came to Boston's Farm, I had never been in residential treatment. I had support with a couple of projects in London. I'd done a few day programmes, but we'd always kind of relapse around maybe 6 or 8 weeks. So I'd had maybe 2 or 3 goes at that, a day and a day programme. I had interacted with drug and alcohol services where I would go into like drop-in centres and groups and stuff like that. I'd also had counselling, a bit of psychotherapy. I tried acupuncture, but I had never been to residential rehab. That was kind of the only thing that I'd never tried. There was a lot of fear being here, but there was also a lot of fear around leaving here. You know, I felt like I was protected here. And, you know, there was no options left for me when I came here. I was literally smashed to the bits for the inside out. I had nothing, I was empty. I couldn't feel nothing. I couldn't think nothing. I was battered, you know, I knew I was finished with that life. I was so desperate to get recovery and maintain it because I've got 2 adult children and I wanted them back in my life and I didn't want to see the hurt in their eyes anymore. But coming here was the scariest thing that I've ever done in my life. But it's the best thing that I've ever done. I think you have to have a gift to work in a place like this. I was allowed to just be when I came here, and I was very, very angry quite a lot of the time, and I was very arrogant, and I thought that I knew it all, and everybody here was they just let me be, and some days I just wanted to smoke and drink tea and that was okay. And some days I wanted to do my work and that was okay, and some days I wanted to walk and that was okay, and some days I wanted to go to the hills and scream and that was okay, and everything was just kind of okay, you know. The greatest thing for me when I came here was a lot of the staff that worked here were in recovery themselves. I think that was really comforting, and a few of them had been through here, so you could kind of see that it worked. I'd done quite a lot of one-to-one therapy, and again, she just kind of allowed me to just be, you know. She kind of helped me to open up and talk about my feelings, you know, go back into like past stuff that was really traumatic that I hadn't really ever visited, that had been locked down for a long time. She taught me that it was okay to cry. She told me that every time I cried, I would heal inside a wee bit more, which kind of made me feel that it was okay to cry, because I don't think I'd really cried probably for about 30 years. It had all kind of been stifled down. We'd done a lot of group therapy. That was like a daily thing, which I wasn't always comfortable with. But as time went on, I became more okay with it. I think there's something really special about one addict sharing their experience with another, because it kind of makes you feel okay to talk about your stuff. For a long time I thought I was a bad person. Like, coming here, I learned that I was not a bad person trying to be good. I was a sick person trying to get well. I started to believe that maybe I could come into recovery and no drink and take drugs, even though I had done that almost every day for 35 years. There was something that started to change. I'd basically been running my whole life, really, for lots and lots of stuff. Coming to Boston's Farm gave me a solid foundation to build my recovery on, and it gave me the tools, you know what I mean, to kind of manage my mental health in a more positive way on a daily basis. You know, families and that are rebuilt in it because of this place. My son refused to speak to me before I came here. He wasn't in my life. The day that boy looks at me differently, he comes to me, he sits with me, he tells me about what's going on in his life, he can rely on me. My daughter's the same. There is a different way. Anybody can get clean and sober and maintain it if they really want to. I mean, I was the hopeless variety, you know, who tried for 15 years. And I suppose I would probably say, like, never give up, innit? Keep trying, innit? Something will happen. Don't leave before the miracle happens.